Come to see everyone. Welcome back to Star Player 1. I'm Brandon Knight.
And I'm Shirayuki.
We're going today with Code Realize. Bouquet of Rainbows. We may be at the finale. Impey has a plan to take down Nemo. And last time we saw Nemo, he's a little bit cray-cray. Let's go right into it, because we might be able to finish this episode.
The sky darkens. Victoria is in the palace garden, quietly looking on as the airship fills the sky. Next to her is a handmaid dressed like Shirayuki, acting as a decoy.
Oh, that's cool.
She wears a veil and similar clothing. Nemo shouldn't be able to tell unless he sees her up close. Victoria speaks gently to the handmaid, who can't seem to stop shaking.
I'm sorry for putting you through this.
Can we do that?
Yeah, because it's actually, they just basically your decoy.
Yeah. It's fine. How could I run away when you stand here facing the enemy, Your Majesty?
I'm so glad to have such a brave woman as you for a subject.
I don't deserve such praise. Thank you. I will do my best to perform my duty.
Hi.
The girl's cheeks are flustered as she glares upwards. Victoria smiles and turns her own eyes skyward as well. The black shadow of the steel Leviathan, I can't say it, navigating the sky is getting bigger and bigger.
Your Majesty, when Nautilus approaches, evacuate immediately. I will remain here. But this monster in the air is unlike anything before. This monster in the air is unlike anything before seen. The soldiers are trembling with fear on the inside. That is why I, as their queen, cannot be the first to flee for cover. In war, Leonhardt, it is the side whose spirit breaks first that loses. Yes, ma'am. Pardon my rudeness.
Leonhardt responds to Victoria's smile with a rigid salute. She glares back up at the sky, now filled with steel. It really is terrifying. The sheer appearance of it and its size, the horror of its hanging overhead. There is no better weapon than this to strip the soldiers of their confidence. If that ship demands that you either obey or fight, it would be difficult to choose the option to resist. Eventually, the Nautilus comes to a stop in the sky. At the same time, a strange noise echoes through the city.
Hello, people of London! How do you do? It looks like you have no intention of resisting. As your teacher, this makes me extremely happy. He has some nerve. Now then, I shall send a small ship your way. Place her on that ship. Oh, he's being more cautious than I thought. I didn't think that he would come down here himself, but... By the way, using a body double won't work. We have a hologium detector with us.
Which means that this is as far as he can be distracted. Victoria raises her state-of-the-art miniaturized ether communication device to her lips.
All men, begin the attack.
The next instant, sudden explosions go off on the surface of the Nautilus. This sets off a series of explosions all across the surface of the Nautilus. The long-range batteries set up along the outer walls of London are currently all aimed inward toward Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace?
All of their guns are firing on the Nautilus. The gun batteries that had been snuck into Buckingham Palace in secret are brought out and began shooting. With no way to avoid attacks from directly below, the Nautilus is hit by countless shells and is soon covered with smoke.
They aren't bombing us in response. It was something of a gamble, but it seems that Impey Barkane's prediction was correct.
The Nautilus is staggeringly powerful, and the quality of its weapons far outclass anything the British troops can muster. That's the very reason why it cannot bomb the palace right now. With so much cannon fire going up, the bombs could potentially be hit and explode prematurely on the way down. No matter how strong the Nautilus may be, if it takes a hit from its own bombs from so close, it cannot possibly avoid damage.
Hi. Let's see what his next move is.
Victoria smiles. Use a double of Shirayuki and lure the Nautilus into range of the cannons. So far, this plan is going better than anyone could have hoped for. However,
I see. The battle commences.
the Nautilus ascends with a roar. From below, it almost looks like a mountain of steel rising into the air. However, this is something of a good sign for the forces defending Britain. If the Nautilus backs off, it must be proof that their attacks are effective. But, of course, there is no way that the Nautilus would simply leave. The innumerable guns anchored to the bottom of its massive frame swivel to point towards the cannons along London's outer wall. The Nautilus shudders as its guns fire
relentlessly,
showering the city below with shells. The outer wall is demolished, smashing the guns' batteries along its length as well.
I see. I assume as much, but it really does have immense firepower.
But they're just getting started here as well. The Nautilus continues ascending as if to shake off the smoke caused by the explosions. Airships rise up from a number of locations throughout London to chase after it. The surviving members of the airborne knights gathered from all about Britain. Their ships are at the most vulnerable when lifting off, but as soon as the smoke blocks their line of sight, there is little chance that the Nautilus will attack them.
Your Majesty! In-beam Bouquet special artillery shell has successfully hit the Nautilus.
Upon hearing this news, Victoria smiles behind the fan she uses to cover her mouth.
Excellent work. You've done well. Thank the artillery crew for their service. Yes, ma'am. I will relay your words to them.
Everything is ready. The sky has been tainted by the fire and smoke of battle, signifying the beginning of another fierce fight in the sky.
It's time that you came to regret crossing me.
Victoria looks up at the flying fortress with a wicked smile.
We were in one of those shells, right?
I think so. Wait, I don't know where we're at.
In the forest, apparently.
Yeah. It's begun. MP and I are watching the intense mid-air battle unfold from the vantage point of a street a little distance from London. Explosions go off everywhere overhead, making our eardrums buzz. Fire and smoke blossom over and over, clouding the red sky of the sunset. For now, it appears that everything is going according to plan. But I can't help but wonder how many people are sacrificing their lives in those explosions above us. We need to stop the Nautilus as soon as we possibly can. I grit my teeth as I stare upwards, and Impey quietly clears his throat.
I received a special message. The special cannon shot was successfully delivered. Looks like a perfect setup.
We look behind us at the single airship that has been prepared for us. It looks like a normal airship, but it's a unique craft that Impey customized in the short time available to him. Lupin and the others are all working to prepare it for takeoff. Once they finish, this airship is going to carry not just our fates, but the fate of all Britain. I swallow my breath nervously when a small figure approaches me.
Impey, are you sure you don't need me to come?
Deli.
You're both too kind. It's both a benefit and a detriment. Once you come to face with a madman aboard that behemoth, I don't think you bring yourself to kill him. So if need be, I can come along and carry out that action in your place. Hold on there. Let's back this up a little, Deli. You're getting us all wrong.
Impey waves his arms to cut Deli off.
We're not going up there to kill Nemo. We don't have anything personal against him. We're just gonna stop him. We're gonna prove to him that the power of science shouldn't be used like this. Even when a loved one is taken from you, and your last memento of him perverted like this, you still can say that. You really are quite different from me.
Della looks at Impei, squinting as if he is staring at the sun.
Do you remember when I came to join you and asked if you would join me in avenging our race? How could I forget? You punched me so hard. Yes, I'm sorry about that. You continue on your own path.
Della smiles, looking a little lonely, then turns away from us.
Don't die. I still have more to tell you and Van Helsing.
We silently watch as Deli walks away. Not long after, we hear someone call out from the direction of the airship.
Everything's ready. We should get going soon. Looks like it's time.
We stand side by side and slowly walk towards the airship. Impei? Let's promise to make it back together no matter what. No.
I was waiting.
When we get back, I want us to create lots of precious memories together.
Like lovers. Yeah.
So many wonderful memories that will never be able to leave one another. I probably only said that because I'm feeling so nervous about what's about to happen. My horologium is about to lose its power. I might fall lifeless at any moment, like a puppet whose strings have been cut. That's why, while I still have time, before my lips stop moving, I want to make this promise with Impei. I want to think about him for as long as I can before my feelings for him stop.
Yep.
No.
He's in your mind. 27.
When we get back, promise me that you'll never leave my side. Aren't they engaged?
Yeah.
Didn't he propose?
He did. You're right. It's been a while.
I forgot about
Your
that.
lovers.
Impei looks me straight in the eyes.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Oh, snap.
I see. You're right. There's no way you can make a promise like that when there's no guarantee that this will work.
Oh, no, that's not it. That's not what I meant when I said I couldn't do it.
Impei puts his arm around my shoulder as I stand there miserably.
Go.
No. No! Then he brings his face close to mine, making sure that I look at him.
I'm not going to be leaving your side from this very moment. You already gave me so many unforgettable memories. I can't live without you already. He's smooth, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's saying the right things.
Me too. I can't find any meaning in life when you're not with me. I've heard before that the reason why the moon shines is because of the sun's light. And the reason why I can smile is because of Impei. That is what I truly believe.
Hey, why don't you lovebirds save all that mushy stuff when you're back safe? Let's go. Shall we have a party celebrated once we're all safe and sound again?
Everyone smiles at us as we hop aboard the airship. The duties we've been given are similar to what we did during the airship race. Impei is at the helm and I'm his assistant in charge of the ship's altitude. Lupin is the lookout and Van Helsing is controlling the gas bag. Saint Germain and Victor are in the engine room.
Alright then, take off.
The propellers start spinning. The airship slowly rises from the ground and lifts us into the air. Into the skies of London, lit by the fires of conflict and war. As we ascend, the Nautilus begins to look bigger and bigger. The flying fortress covered the sky already when we were some distance away. But when we get up close, it's no different from a gigantic wall. The British airships fly around it, continuing their assault. Even they look like insects flying around a large flower. Impei, the other airships are distracting the... Suddenly, Impei turns the wheel all the way to one side. I hear a crash and the airship jolts violently. Ah!
That was close. Damage report.
Impei grabs one of the speaking tubes and shouts into it.
The gas bag's fine. No issues with navigation. Engine room here. No problem. Good. We successfully avoided that one. Did you see my steering technique? There's no time to pat yourself on the back. A monster of cannons turning in our direction. Here it comes. I'm way ahead of you. Rapid ascension, please.
Aye, rapid ascension. I pull the lever as far as I can, and the ship immediately begins rising faster. The airship plunges upward into a huge cloud, blocking any view of the cannons. All we can see around us is whiteness. We can't see anything.
They're gonna be waiting for us the moment we pop out of this cloud. Shirayuki, right when we come out, turn that handle on the right as far as you can.
The one on the right, got it.
Here you go.
I can see some light up ahead and a break in the clouds gradually appears. I use all my might and start turning the handle Impei pointed out to me. Suddenly, the handle locks into place. At that moment, I hear a loud noise from the back of the ship and we suddenly pick up speed as if a giant hand was pushing us. Impei, what was that?
Auxiliary propulsion. That's out a jet of steam, enabling instantaneous acceleration. How about a war next time, huh? I was almost thrown off the ship.
Even as Lupin is
berating
Impei, the clouds part completely ahead of us, giving us a view of our surroundings. Impei, several cannons are firing on us.
I know. Evade, evade.
Still half hidden in the wall of clouds, our ship flies through the sky. Thanks to an intense jet of steam, we're able to avoid most of the incoming fire. But the last one hits our gondola near the end. Was that near the engine room? Saint Germain, Victor, are you alright?
Come on, say something.
The lack of response make us imagine the worst. But in a moment, we hear a cool, collected voice from the other end of the tube.
Cool collected voice. I hit my head, but otherwise I survived. I'm still okay.
I'm so glad.
Impei, that hit cost us one of our engines. It's too dangerous to charge in like this.
We've really closed in on the Nautilus, and it hovers before us, blocking out everything else in sight. This means that we're clearly visible to them as well. I get chills, feeling that at any second those guns will turn to point directly at me. We haven't been completely captured yet, but...
It's only a matter of time before they see us. What now, boss? I want to try to maintain this distance from them as best we can. That's fine by me, but if things go wrong, we'll get shot down immediately. You're right, but London's defense systems are completely destroyed, and the airborne knights are at a disadvantage. If we miss this chance, we won't get another one.
The voices of the other members of the crew reach Impei at the helm through the voice tubes. He seems to think for a second. He glances at me, then looks directly at the Nautilus and speaks with determination.
We're heading for the Nautilus. We have to go. But Impei, don't forget, this is our last chance to stop the Nautilus. But at the same time, it's our last chance to save you. Oh, it's also our last chance to save her. We're on the same mind track. Yeah.
I hear everyone gasp over the voice tube.
Isn't that right, Shirayuki?
I think the second one's the right one.
We should keep going.
Yeah.
You almost should save it, you know? Just in case, audience. When life gives you a save point, you use it.
Which one should I do?
One. Why not?
This one?
Yeah. Get bad ending. No! Alright.
Oh, man. Okay, so that one.
Hi.
I open my mouth to speak, but that's as far as I get. The horror-looking shard I need to stay alive is on board the Nautilus. Like Impei says, if we back down now, I will definitely die. But is it really alright to get everyone else involved in this risk that could cost the others their lives? They could all die because of me.
You better not be thinking that you can't put us all in danger just over you.
What? I blurt out the question in surprise, feeling like he's read my mind. The next thing I hear is a long sigh, carried clearly even through the voice tube.
If that's what you're thinking, you're completely off the mark. This isn't only about you, you twit. Hey Van Helsing, that's a little harsh, don't you think? Perhaps, but what he's saying is true. Miss Shirayuki, think about it. One of the mission's objectives is to save your life, yes, but it isn't entirely to do that.
Oh.
I don't think your choice actually mattered.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, saving you is the only one of the elements of the plan. Exactly. If we don't bring that thing down, it'll cut everyone's life short.
That's right. I've been so focused on myself, but Queen Victoria and all the British soldiers taking part in the battle. So many people are risking their lives to give us a chance at stopping the Nautilus. If we were to turn back now, it would mean that all of their sacrifices would be in vain. I'm sorry, everyone. Let's keep going.
Hi. That's what we all say.
The others respond with varied cheers and acknowledgements through the voice tubes.
We're all clear so far. Doesn't look our guy knows where we are yet. No problem here with the gas packs. We can fly pretty much whenever we want. Wherever we want. The one engine we have left is doing well. If you're gonna keep flying recklessly, we could use the other one.
As Impei listened to the reports from the others, he winks at me.
Now, let's do this for real. Your lives are all in good hands. I never thought I'd have to hand my life over to you. What? You have the same objection? Have some objection towards this? That's what he said. Yes, I can't recall having an objection this big for a while. We may not live to see tomorrow. I'll go ahead and put in a quick prayer for us so we can be welcomed to heaven just in case.
Nobody trusts you, Impei. I can't help but giggle at the reactions of the others. I can't see their faces through the tubes, but they're probably all speaking with big smiles. Everyone is counting on Impei as a reliable member of the team. Impei himself has an unclouded grin, a reflection of how we all feel at the moment. Impei, our fates are in your hands. Let's make this work, no matter what.
Leave it to me. The more people believe in me, the better I perform.
Impei points the airship towards a space between the clouds and at the right moment pulls on a lever beside the steering wheel. The airship releases steam and flies towards the Nautilus as straight as an arrow.
The enemy's opening fire! Evade! No, we're gonna keep going!
Impei keeps the airship going full steam ahead, not wasting even a single moment to dodge the incoming shots. The cannon fires drawn towards the airship as if by magnets. A huge jolt shakes the airship. The Nautilus is only a stone's throw away now.
Lupin, take over the helm. Me?
Lupin tisk as he rushes into the cabin and takes the wheel in Impey's stead. He sees the smoke rising from all around the room and clutches his head in his hands.
Damn it! This boat is going down. Hang in there a little longer. We need to get right above the Nautilus. Hey, wait! How are we going to retrieve the two of you? We'll figure something out.
If what Nemo said in this announcement is true, there should be a smaller aircraft inside. We'll take one of those. Impey and I answer at the same time. Lupin looks at us in surprise, then grins.
You guys make a pretty good team. I support the ship between you two. Good on you. Glad you found love, Shirayuki.
No.
Fine. We'll be above the Nautilus in no time. Get ready.
Impey guides me out to the deck. The wind fiercely blows through my hair and the sound of cannon fire battering the ship assaults my ears. Impey, what now?
We made it this far. There's only one way to do this.
With this, he picks me up with ease.
Oh, he's going Superman jump it.
Then he smiles
Mischievously
and stands at the edge of the railing.
Alright, Shirayuki, hang on tight.
You're not going to jump, are you?
Sure I am. The magnetic generator won't be any use from the outside of the Nautilus. Won't be any use from outside of a Nautilus' thick outer armor. For maximum effectiveness, we can't avoid going inside.
Impey narrows his eyes and points to a spot on the Nautilus' deck. I follow his finger and see some windows.
See those windows? They're definitely reinforced glass. But luckily for us, they've been cracked from the cannon fire. So, we'll break through it and introduce the momentum of our fall.
Explosions go off nearby and the ship rattles once more. One step forward and we'll fall right into a serene sea of sky and clouds. Obviously, we don't have any sort of lifeline. If anything goes wrong, we'll plummet to the ground far below. Are you serious?
Didn't I tell you before? With your love, I can fly.
Impey smiles kindly and then gently presses my face against his cheek.
Chest.
Close your eyes if you're scared. Just concentrate on the warmth of my body. Oh. If it means that there's a way to save you, I'll force myself to fly. I'll go anywhere. Smooth Casanova over there.
He is pretty smooth, I'll give him that.
You say the right things.
Yeah. Impey has to be worried about this too. But he's still doing it for the sake of the mission and for me. He's trying to make this happen no matter how dangerous it is. Impey, like I said earlier, I trust you. He nods in response and glares at the Nautilus, trying to gauge when it gets close enough.
Here we go, Shirayuki. 3, 2, in the next episode, that is. So if you guys would...
No.
Hold that subscribe button close to your chest, protect it. Leave a like, comment if you guys would as well. And as always, we'll see all of you in the next Star Player 1 episode. Bye.